Hey, folks, welcome to Affiliate Nerd Out's Real Talk Friday edition. I am talking real on vacation, and I thought I'd hang out with Kristen for a little bit while trying something new. So, what's up, Kristen? Welcome to the Nerdatorium once again.
Thank you. Where are you?
I headed up to Tahoe for a few days of snowboarding here, and so I'm in the parking lot hanging out. Uh,
Nice.
Kids in doing a little snowboarding schooling, trying to trying to level up.
That's awesome. We're going up to Tahoe later in March for my brother-in-law's birthday.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
playing in the snow, which I haven't done in years. I'm excited about it.
Well, we're so close
I know.
to Tahoe. It's silly not to go up there and do little lake fun and snow fun in the winter.
Yeah, for sure.
So we missed you last week. What happened?
Yeah, I was taken down hard by what I think was bronchitis. I got a cough starting in Vegas, which I assume was from the casinos. And then it kind of carried through, and I had a really busy week after coming back from Vegas with Dexter's Play, and our schedule got real rough that week. Plus, it was raining a lot, and then they had February break last week, and I just got hit hard. I didn't have a fever, but like I'm still coughing, I'm still wheezing a little bit from it, but just a really bad kind of upper respiratory infection, that felt like bronchitis, and I had to muddle through a lot of client calls and some meetings still, just because a couple clients are at the point where it's like, you can't really miss a call right now,
Hmm.
and so I did what I could to get through the calls, and then I would just go crash hard afterwards. So I'm finding that I'm playing a lot of catch up this week because I didn't get to get a whole lot of like actual work done. It was enough just to be able to maintain the relationships last week.
Yeah,
That's I think kind of one of the harder parts about being a business owner or a small business owner, especially, or being an independent consultant, is like you can't really put the work aside, because you're the one, like, there's nobody for it to really fall back on, so if you're not at least, doing some of it, it's just not gonna get done, and it's really easy to get buried.
for sure. And that's something nobody tells you about when you're going into entrepreneurship and small and creating your business or being a consultant is if you get sick for a week, tough titties, said the kitty. Like, well, no, milk's still good, but you've got to work your way through that. It can be brutal because all you're trying to do is survive, and even when you do get calls, at least for me, like I am just worked over after a call, and then I got to go take a nap.
Yeah.
Like it is really hard, but just surviving on emails and getting through the things that you have to do is all you can ask for, but you can't like just stop for a week. It's not a
No,
possibility.
no. I mean, and last week was one of those weeks where, like, man, I think I had a call with everybody last week, and so it was just like,
Mm.
but it was also, like, just coming off of Affiliate Summit, which was a week where I wasn't taking calls, because I was
Yep.
having so many in-person things, like, it's really hard to be like, "Oh, yeah, once again, we're not doing any calls, and that's just because 'cause I'm sick." You know, um, it's funny because people are like, "Oh, I feel so bad, but anyway, let's, like, do this entire meeting," and I'm like, uh-huh. Yep, yep, let's do it. I mean, woe is me, right? I'm so lucky that I get to work from home and I at least have that flexibility, but it's still like, man, it's not like being a kid where you get to stay home on a sick day and watch cartoons.
Oh my gosh.
I know,
The
right?
sound of that. It sounds like it's breaking up at least. That's good
Oh,
news.
yeah, I mean, this is 1,000% better than it was last week, but I think, allergies are starting to come into play a little bit too.
All
Like,
right.
I mean, everything's blooming right now, and so it's like after Vegas and then having, like, a rainy week and a messed up schedule, and then getting sick last week and now allergies, I'm like, "It's just cute right here."
That's yeah, it's brutal. Let's see. Jake Fuller's got some preaching truth. Let's is that showing up for you?
It is, I see it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do you want me to read it? Is it easier
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you read
it's
it?
impossible for me to read on a phone. Go for it.
Yeah, Jake says, preaching truth. Owning a business comes with great potential upsides and some immediate benefits, though you can't take your foot off the gas, and time off typically means keeping in tune while at a different location. Happy Friday, friends. Isn't that the truth, Jake?
Oh yeah, Jake doesn't feel it like the consultants do. Jake
Jake's
works
got
his
the
ass off,
support.
but he jumped into a fully running agency.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, when you don't have anybody working for you except for maybe a few assistants, virtual assistants, or like maybe another person, like you're still in there. I know Jake works extremely hard and he doesn't want to put down work. Jake, I'm not watering down what you're saying by any means, but happy Friday to you, buddy.
yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
I actually just had a call with somebody that I'm bringing on like super duper part time starting next week. And I was like, man, I wish I had her last week. That would have been super helpful. But as I told her this morning, I'm taking Dexter to Disneyland for spring break and I want to actually go to Disneyland. Like,
Ah,
it's like I want to be able to take that time and be able to spend it with him and, do that or like go up to the snow and have fun. And just having that extra support can make all the difference in the world.
hmm. Ooh, I fixed it. I figured it out. 100%. Jake says 100%.
100%.
Uh, awesome. Um, yeah, the sickness is just part of the business. It's
Yep,
what
yep.
it is at this point. But another thing that's I want to tap into is I've got a lot of friends that are looking for jobs in this industry. And it seems like a really tough job market, and consulting is really hot. People like hiring consultants right now, and figuring out how to get some work in while you're doing job work. You've faced this before, like. What are some of your methods of going out and getting some consulting work while you might be looking for that full-time job that actually pays you when when you're sick?
Oh, man. That's the life, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I mean, getting the consulting work, I've used places like Upwork, before to kind of
Yeah.
scout out some work. That's always had some pretty solid leads. Using your network in general, I mean, my biggest, new business pipeline is always friends. Word of mouth is the absolute best, knowing a few people who are kind of in the game and, kind of joining up with them and, figuring out where you can kind of fill some gaps with people, is helpful. I've also and I know you've done this too, looked on LinkedIn for, people who might be hiring an affiliate manager or trying to do that in-house, and
Okay.
just like, hire me as a consultant and I'll help you out while are figuring out how to do this or whatever.
Great.
One of my favorites was at a company that I did get hired at full time, and the vibe just wasn't right. I
Yeah.
actually turned that into a consulting gig. So I
Ooh,
had a full-time role, and I wasn't pumped on, everything, and and they were making some changes internally, and I was like, "You know what? What if I train this person on how to be an affiliate manager, and I just kind of oversee the situation for the next however many months?" And that was a really good gap filler for a while.
yeah, that's a very unique and smart way to go about it. Training the next person seems counterintuitive, but it is also will just hold you over and tie you down for a little while and be able to utilize your skills and coaching. That's something you're really good at. I've noticed, and
Yeah,
uh,
that turned into, like, a 9-month consulting gig, with I mean, I obviously, like, didn't get the benefits. I did actually get another full-time job and kept that one on as consulting, and that was really cool to be able to do that, So, like, I was getting the salary from one place and then still, like, being able to help this other place out and, getting kind of that side hustle going, that was really cool. Yeah, I think that, using your network and then using, like, job boards, so to speak, are 2 of the best ways to find some good consulting gigs.
hmm, smart.
Yeah.
That's great advice. Things like Upwork seem pretty saturated at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe I would say, especially in the affiliate management realms, but people don't know what they're looking for.
Mhm.
One strategy that I have found successful is anybody that puts up something about affiliate marketing and is looking for a manager really doesn't know what they're looking for. And so you can reach out to them and say, hey, I saw this role open, but you know what? I researched who you are and found your email, and I thought I'd reach out personally and tell you like I think you need so much more for this program, and here's what I can offer,
Mhm.
and find them a solution that is not just going to work for what their temporary find or ask is, but something that could be possible as a long-term solution as well.
Agreed. Just had a cat with zoomies. That was hilarious.
Zoomies.
Yeah, I mean, I think that being able to kind of, find that whole again, it's like filling a gap, right? And being able to communicate why having you as a consultant versus a full-time employee could actually be so much more valuable. I mean, I was saying to somebody too that, like, I feel like good, effective affiliate program management can be done on a limited number of hours, like, it doesn't necessarily take 40 hours to really manage a good affiliate program. And if it is, like, you're lacking some efficiencies there. Like,
Sure.
it's supposed to be an efficient model through and through. And, if you're truly spending 40 hours a week doing affiliate management, then something's up.
For sure. Let's see. We got another
Jake
comment here from
says,
Jake. What's Jake saying? Go
look
ahead.
to direct agency contacts and friends as well and reach out. Yeah, that's true. I'll say directly that as an owner, there are times when we may not be ready to hire a new full-time employee, but we'll contact someone from trusted consultants or look for a few that can help us out on a part-time basis for a specific duration or a specific project. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, I consult with some other agencies from time to time, on specific projects. Sometimes they just need an extra body on
Okay.
meetings, or, like, just need a little extra oomph on a project, and having that good in with other agency owners is really helpful, and, like, that can lead to long-term projects together, and they understand the limitations, better than anybody, so it's really I love that. That's a good one, Jake.
Yeah. Something I heard not too long ago is there's a an option for people that you mentioned like not 40 hours a week for an affiliate management and if you really have 10 years of experience, you know you can get away with a lot less.
Yeah.
There's people out there that are taking two full-time jobs and at like a lower rate, maybe like in the 70K realm of being an affiliate manager for two different programs and not telling either company, which is pretty shady, but
It's
not
shady, but man, if you want that, 140, like, do that for a year, you got 140K, like, you can
sure.
stack some cash easily that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that that's stretching it a little bit, like taking 2 full-time gigs, especially if you have to sign, like, a non-compete or whatever, like, whew, but if you can get away with it, get away with it.
I'm out here giving bad ideas out to the, but I don't
Hey,
mind. I
it
mean,
is a tough market out there,
it
like
sure is. Oh, and if you're taking two jobs out of the market when people can't get a job, it's the funniest thing. My mother-in-law doesn't like um, Michael Strahan
Mhm.
because he takes too many people's jobs because he works so hard, which I find is absolutely hilarious. Like
That is very funny.
you have the work ethic to go out there and do all these things, then by means, go and do it. But to each their own.
For sure, for sure.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for joining me today. We'll sign
Mhm.
off from here and call it a day. But have a good week.
Yeah,
And
enjoy the snow.
all right, we'll see you
All right,
later.
sounds good. Have a good weekend.
You too.